What up, soul family? Just give me a moment here to check into the part of me that has no identity. The one that isn't wearing a mask, putting on a voice or a face. And what a great way to start us off today. Guys, I'm here to share a little bit about my bald journey. And I had just finally grown it out. I let it grow. I let it grow for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months in total. I don't know if it was that long. Definitely about maybe a month. And it was the longest it's been since I shaved it. I've just been continuously keeping it pretty short. And I've been letting it grow because it's winter and it's cold, and I had this moment where, or many moments, I was like, oh, I'll shave it off when I have time. I'll shave it when I have time. And then today I looked at myself in the mirror and was like, no, I don't like it. It's got to go. And so I did the short shave again because that's what feels comfortable. And then I had realized in that short time of having this short growth that was at least longer than this, I had already identified with that. And so as I'm shaving my head, I'm like, fuck. It's like stripping off the attachment to identity over and over and over again. Which is really fucking hard when you have been designed to identify with how you look. And so I thought this was an interesting topic of conversation to share, as it is something that will benefit me by talking about it. And I don't know, maybe there's something in this for someone out there. So I've stripped once again who I thought I was, even though who I thought I was for a very short 4 weeks. But she had short hair, very short hair, but she wasn't bald. And now I feel uncomfortable again because I have shaved off the layer that I thought I was, or that I thought I had become. And if you're having a hard time following along, think of the days when you were in middle school. Maybe it's high school, maybe elementary school for some. But the days when you go through the wardrobe list. You go from gothic to, you know what I mean? You go through the categories to figure out which one you are. And so for a little bit you only wear black and you dye your hair purple. And then for a little bit later you cut it really short and you're trying to befriend Rihanna. And then a little bit later you don't know, but you just really love animal print. And so you hang out with the other kids that like animal print, and maybe this is elementary, middle to high school. Maybe this is just as a self-discovery process we go through at young ages. But you know, when you're flipping through, you flip through the different styles, you flip through different identities, different ways of expressing yourself. And perhaps you find one that kind of fits and feels comfortable, but you know it's not fully you yet. Maybe because you're trying to fit into the box of those categories that society has created, and realistically there's no category for your entire being to fit in because you are like the ocean and you can't put that shit in a teacup. And And I suppose this release of attachment to identity is serving me in the way that identity externally is actually an illusion. The reality of it is that it's an illusion, and we cannot judge anyone for just their surface appearance, because there's layers and years and relationships and circumstances and life experience behind that surface. There is so much depth, and no surface can ever explain its depths. And so I suppose this process of, I want to say delayering, but it's more a release. It's definitely a release process, and perhaps it is a delayering of this, I want to say, illusory foundation that I built life on, that we as a society build life on. Excuse me. Which is, excuse me, really focused on external appearance. And not to say that we can't look good, smell good, be professional. These are all powerful things when used appropriately and not out of context, but we're a society that's become obsessed. And obviously that pendulum is swinging in alternative directions based on where we're going now. But I feel, and even with that, even with where we're going now, I still feel like there's judgment and now question based on, I'm like, do people question my gender now? Do people, and these are all valid questions to have within myself. Somebody tried to pick me up in the panties aisle once. And I didn't know at the time. I only swing one way, and I didn't realize she was flirting with me, and I didn't realize I was flirting back because I'm intimate with my sisters and the women in my life. Anyways, so and you just don't know. You don't know, but you think you have these thoughts, and so I can see the struggle with anybody moving through like a gender shift or uncertainty or wanting, being gay or bi and feeling like a different gender inside another gender's body. And so I guess what I'm getting to is like the layers of identity I feel like are being stripped within myself on a very personal level, but also as a collective, because we can no longer identify with just our gender, let alone how we dress, how we talk, how we wear our hair, whether, like, I feel soon enough, women having hair might not be the normal. Like, there will be more women maybe bald, who knows? But what I really wanted to get to, excuse me, ow, I shouldn't have sat like that for that long. What I really wanted to get to was, also, if you're here with me right now, I just want to say thank you. I love you. Thank you for being here. I truly hope this video gives you something in return for your time, and in some way, shape, or form adds value to your life. Or if anything, inspires you or made you laugh. yeah, I really just wanted to get to the feelings and the things that navigate with inside a human being that is moving through an experience such as this. And it really is an attachment that is being released over and over and over every single time I shave my head. And I can't say that for everybody, but even if I grow like a centimeter longer and I get attached to that, and then it grows a little bit longer, and it grows a little bit longer, and it grows a little bit longer, and then I become attached to that all along the way, there's still this level of identifying with my appearance. And I might be just repeating myself now. I'm trying to get it out, you know? But I think it's a pretty intense and devastating thing when you realize you're not who you look like or who you appear to be. Perhaps it's not devastating. It can also be exhilarating and liberating, because I realize that I'm so much bigger than my appearance. But with that comes death. You know, I shaved my head today with the intention. When I let hair go, I let it go with intention. Hair holds a lot of memory. It holds a lot. And so it's sacred to me when I let go. And I let go of the little girl that needed approval, that needed people to like her from the outside in. And it's sad. It's sad not because it's sad to let her go, but it's sad that she exists. It's sad that part of me that genuinely just wants to be loved like every other human on this planet feels like she needs to look or act a certain way to be deserving of it. When the reality of it is we were born worthy. We were born worthy, deserving of anything we want in this lifetime. It's not something that you have to earn. Your being is enough from the day that you're born. Somebody somewhere knew that you were enough to give you that heart, the gift of the heart that beats in your chest without you having to think about it. What? Somebody somewhere knew that you were enough before you were even born to give you the gift of a heart. And I believe that wholeheartedly. I know it. I know it in my bones and in the blood that courses through my body. But we live in a place, this crazy rock spinning through space we call Earth. And somebody taught us different, or the accumulation of suffering beings layered that all believed they were unworthy caused a ripple of. We'll go down that rabbit hole another day. But you know what I mean? And so I suppose I look at myself going through this process as a delayering of the lies I've been told, of the illusions that were once my reality. Imagine that. Illusions that were once reality. Holy guacamole. I think I'm going to end it on that note. Thanks so much for being here. If you've made it this far into the video, please do drop me a love, like, comment, something. Let me know that somebody got something out of this today. And if you are resonating with my content, please consider subscribing. This is like the most nerve-wracking part for me, is to ask for people to give a shit. You don't actually have to give a shit. This is more for me. But it is also in service to a higher power, and so I do hope that it helps one of you billion out there. I love you all. I wish you a blessed rest of your day.